Hi, everybody. Hi, Kristen. We have a munchkin today with us right from the beginning. He wanted to come up and say hi, y'all. He wanted to come up and say hi right from the beginning. Actually, what he wanted to do was lick my face. I think he likes to lick the makeup. So, how is everybody doing? Is everybody ready for Saturday morning? Hmm? Yeah. Apparently, Orion is ready for Saturday morning. It's not still Saturday morning for some of you, though. It's Saturday afternoon already. What does everybody have planned for the weekend? Enough. Enough. Yeah. I am going to be fur babies. Are they really? He's a little needy this morning. A little needy this morning. Something is going on. And my mouth is extra dry this morning. So how are you, Kristen? You enjoying that book? I woke up late today. I didn't wake up until a quarter past. Oh, maybe it was 9 o'clock. It was closer to a quarter past. So I have been rushing since I woke up to make it on time. Trying to get here on time. Justin, it's nice to see you. Welcome back. My Halloween was non-eventful. It could be my toothpaste or mouthwash drying your mouth. No, it's my meds. It's my meds and the marijuana. Ah, that's so sweet, Kristen. Cricket, you missed me saying that I was running late and was crazily getting ready for the live before I showed up, so I'm still a little scattered. Hey, Big Chief. Did Friday come in and I missed it? I don't trust this chat screen. Oh, you guys like the overlay. Let me turn the overlay back on. Hold on. Here it is. You guys said you liked the overlay. So we're going to do like this, apparently. Cottonmouth all the time. A heart surgeon say mouthwash is no good, especially alcohol-based ones. Something about the bio stuff in your mouth is good for your gut and heart. Yeah, that makes sense, Kristen. That makes sense. There is mouthwash specifically for dry mouth that I could use, but I don't seem to generally remember to use mouthwash. It sits there and it never happens. It's a thing. It's just a funny thing. Yep, Kristen, I got that same stuff. The only problem with that shit is Xylitol is incredibly poisonous. Orion, up, up. I thought he was here and attached, y'all. Otherwise, he'll run all over the house. You just heard a heart? A tongue scraper is better than mouthwash? Yes. Yes. Oh, no, Fab Daddy. Really, Cricket? The xylitol stuff is poisonous to dogs, and Orion got into my xylitol stuff once. You missed Orion, Cricket. He was up in my lap at the beginning. So you missed that. Anyhow, Orion got into the xylitol stuff, and I wasn't clear if he'd eaten one or not. And so I had to take him to the vet for observation for like 6 hours. Just dogs. It's poisonous to dogs. It's poisonous to dogs. The alcohol is an issue for some people in AA. AA can be a little bit extremist about no alcohol. And I think that's good for some people, but I think it's excessive for others. You know, AA has its own culty vibes that apply, and depending on the group, AA can get a little culty. They don't have many safeguards against that. They can get a little extremist in their positions. It can be a problem. I am really sorry you have to replace this car starter. Bloodying your knuckles is not that fun. Hall's lemon cough drops. That's not a bad idea. I use these ACT. I think they're ACT. They come in a box, but then they're in little blister packs like this. And these are what I use. You like volleyball activities. That's right, Kristen. A little bit strident, and yes to the cult vibe. That was, yep. Well, I grew up in Alateen. My parents were going to AA and Al-Anon. My grandfather was an alcoholic, and my mother identified as an alcoholic for a while. So I grew up in that environment while growing up a Unitarian. And so absolutely not knocking the people. Incredibly amazing people. And there are some parts of AA that are amazing. The mentorship, the peer mentorship model that they're using is pretty revolutionary. We all got skills, Fab Daddy. I don't know. Some of us have more useful skills than others. Sunrise Dawn, how are you? I mean, if we're going to be honest, anything can have culty vibes because humans like to make groups, and groups can become culty. The issue is never if it's culty. The issue is if it's high control group, right? Sorry about that, guys. Something hit the wrong place in my throat. So since it is bacon and baking hour, let's begin. I'm doing okay, Sunrise. I'm apparently having some trouble with my lungs this morning, but otherwise I'm doing okay. That's a good question. What did y'all do to celebrate Halloween? Sunrise Dawn, I'm assuming you took Munchkin trick or treating. What did she dress up as for Halloween? Fab Daddy, what did you do for Halloween? Kristen, what did you do? Did you hand out candy to all those trick or treaters? I taught a class during Halloween time. We had no trick or treaters show up at our house. The light was off. Um, I didn't do anything to celebrate Halloween. I did. I did get all dressed up for Wheel of Wednesday, though. Does that count, y'all? Does that count for Halloween? Coughs are making me dry. You have to find something to help Jasper with his itchiness. We have to be super careful about what we use on him because of seizures. Shit, Sunrise Dawn. What about oatmeal? I smoked some good sativa 2 days ago. You like being high and feeling active. Nice, Fab Daddy. Good sativa. That's cool. You watched a movie for Halloween? Nice. What movie did you watch? We are always, hubby and I are always looking for good movies or good series to watch. We like to watch things that 100% counts for dressing up for Halloween. Good, Kristen. I am very glad. I am very glad. You saw a guy walking by Route 6 dressed as a Minuteman, but you forgot it was Halloween and thought he was being political. Well, maybe he was being political for Halloween. Did anybody see anybody dressed up as either of the presidential candidates? Any of the presidential candidates, considering as how there are more than two? I would have dressed up very boringly as Mrs. Roper. And when I dress up as Mrs. Roper, the millennials and younger think that I'm Mrs. Frizzle. Cricket, you worked cat socks in a dark chocolate, but that could be any day. I need help. The kiddo got to dress up 3 different times. At the church, she was a cat. At school, she was Supergirl. At another school event, she was Batgirl. Well, that's just amazing. Cricket, I want to know what you mean. You wear cat socks in a dark chocolate, but that could be any day. Am I racist? That sounds like an interesting movie. Am I racist? What service is that on? It goes right underneath Sky Full of Elephants in the recommendation list. Am I racist? It was funny. Okay. I will take a look. You worked cat socks and dark chocolate, but that could be any day. Cat socks. What are cat socks? Dark chocolate is a good thing. Walsh seems like trash, though. Yeah. Oh, Walsh made that movie? Okay, well. Everybody's got different views of funny. Okay, here we go. Your friend gave you cat themed socks that you wore Halloween Day, and then you ate dark chocolate. Got it. Now it's making sense. Now it's making sense. You tried an oatmeal dog shampoo on Jasper, and he had a seizure. Gonna try a little Benadryl. Benadryl is a good option. Fab Daddy, I have questions about that movie. I am glad you are here. You see most white comments as white nationalist comedy. Okay. Exactly, Kristen. Exactly. Was it free? And where do we go to watch? You pirate all your stuff? Okay, Fab Daddy. So Venom is not available online. Is that what you're saying, Kristen? I want to know, is Venom actually a scary movie? Or is it a superhero movie? Because it looks like it would be fun, but I don't do scary movies. You too lazy to pirate stuff lately? It is more work. You need a fab in your life. My goodness, y'all. Coughing does make it work better. I am not sure why. It is weird. It is definitely weird. So I'm truly curious because I've never seen Venom. It's a Marvel flick with some gore. Okay. Well, gore I can handle. Horror, not so much. Horror, gore I can handle. Horror I can't. I don't do scary. I don't do scary. So it sounds like one I can watch, but it sounds like it's not available. It's not available streaming. That's unfortunate. Or maybe you don't know if it's available streaming. Fab Daddy. No, I want. Damn it. Definitely not scary. Gore is good. Gore is gore. I can handle it. I can avert my eyes. Scary, I can't do. Definitely not scary. Okay. I've wondered. And with the new one coming out, I've been even more curious because I've been seeing the previews and I'm like, that doesn't look scary. And I always thought it was scary. So, all the better. All the better. You got great Chinese closed captions watching it, and the sound was terrible. I am so sorry. I'm with you, Kristen. I can do it pretend. Exactly. I can do it pretend. And I can't do it pretend in person. Yeah. I can't even do it pretend in person. I wouldn't make a good doctor even because I can't with all those things. I'm bad at that part of momming. I can't deal with any of those things in real life. It's gross. Just gross. So, this week, let's just do a quick schedule discussion this week. This week, we'll have Wheel of Wednesday on Wednesday. There is no members only Zoom call on Tuesday because I am going to be glued to the television because I am a political junkie. So, I'm glad you are a hands-on daddy, Fab Daddy. Not changing diapers is really nice. Was really nice. What What got hard was wiping my grandmother, wiping her behind for her. That was hard. Diapers don't bug me so much. I can, for the most part, do diapers. I can't do puke. I can't do puke. And I can't do blood. You can't stand seeing somebody get a shot in a movie, which is a little weird because I'm fine with getting them. Oh, that's interesting, Cricket. But when you're getting them, you don't have the third person perspective. You're not watching yourself get them. Have you ever watched somebody get a shot in real life? Do you mind that? Watching it is so different than having experienced it. In fact, they've done research about abuse in families and what happens when it's directed at one child. And they have found that in some ways the trauma is worse for the children who observed the abuse because they never know how bad it actually got. Whereas the child who experienced the abuse knew where the lines are and what was happening and what wasn't. I don't know, it's interesting. I'm not sure if I'm describing it right, but it's interesting research. Exactly, Sunrise Dawn. Exactly. I would much rather clean a baby. I would much rather clean a baby. There it's not easy to take care of someone in that way. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. There you go, Sunrise Dawn. Yeah, I just can't. I can hardly do my own puke. I just can't. It's the worst. It's the worst. You generally just look away when you know it's coming. I do the same thing. I don't watch cricket. I don't watch myself get shots. So it's a bit of a strange thing. It's a bit of a strange thing. I I don't watch when they're taking my blood either. I don't watch them go in. I know they're going to go in. I know what it's going to feel like. But I feel like I'll twitch less if I'm not watching. I feel like if I'm watching and I know they're going to come in, I'll twitch when they're doing it. I think that's what my thought process is as to why I don't do that. Xenu Marlene, y'all. Faints? Really, Kristen? Do you really at the sight of blood? Or when you get it taken and when you get shots? I have to be really careful. Okay, Sunrise Dawn. The fish tank ain't gonna scrub itself. Fab Daddy, right? That shit is for serious. I thought, I got the dual sympathetic reset, the stellate ganglion block on both sides. I got that treatment done. You watch Getting Shots? Cricket, you got used to it? Yeah. So I thought that the stellate ganglion block needle, I thought it was going to be like an epidural. I was terrified. I was terrified. I thought it was going to be like an epidural since it's a since it's a block, which the epidural is just a block. So I thought the needles were going to be the same. I was much relieved when he said absolutely not. Shots, and if any of the live ones get hurt, everything goes black. And oh, I'm sorry. Kristen, I'm so sorry. That's not fun at all. That's not fun at all, honey. I'm sorry. Patrick the Placostomist does his best, but he needs some help keeping it clean. There you go. Has it always done that, Kristen? Do your ears burn? I remember having reactions like that, and my ears and face would burn, and everything would go black. That's what I remember. Mostly my ears burning. I guess we're all quiet today. And y'all are in and out and in and out and in and out. It's kind of fun. Breathe in. A deafening ring. You can't hear anything else. But I first make sure no one is dying and that they are okay. And then, boom, you have to lay down before you fall down. Shock response. Yeah. At least you have the presence of mind to take that you're able to take care of the important things and then let your body respond. Let your physical response happen. That's that's good, Kristen. That's good. Fab Daddy, that's right. You went to the party. I hope it was epic. I hope it was epic. And I hope everybody loved your costume. You got your hair all cut off after, too, I hope. Two and a half days recovery. The kids must be really nice to you. Either that or your wife. Bless their hearts. I hope it wasn't hard recovery, is what I'm saying. That's a lot of recovery. But I am glad that it was an epic party. I am sorry that I could not fly down and make it. Sounds like it was excellent. I forgot about your party. I don't know how I could have, but I did. Thank you for the reminder. Tell me all the best stuff. we have started planning. Oh, you're single and alone, and your son is 21. Well, then, have all the fucking fun, man. You are a Fab Daddy 44. I get it now. Your son is 21. Excellent. Just one kid, huh? Not changing diapers is good. Wait until those grandkids come, though. You're on the precipice. Although the advantage of grandkids is you can give them back when they have a dirty diaper. That might be the advantage of grandkids. You can ethically not change the diaper. Here you go. Here you go. The kegs floated by 10:30. Wow. And the funk was good. Mm. Sounds like it was an excellent party. I like funk. You must know some excellent people. I guess that's why you're Fab Daddy, huh? So this is my third camera that I'm on, y'all. And I returned the second one last week to Amazon. And it was one of those drop it off without anything, drop it off to Amazon. And so I did. And it still hasn't shown up on my account. Hubby returned it for me, dropped it off at the UPS store like Amazon likes to happen. And he got a receipt for me. But the receipt, I had to talk to Amazon. They're like, just be patient. The return will show up. Hey, Nunya, how you doing? Cricket, one of my coworkers dressed up. One of our nurses was a cartoon character you were too old to dress to recognize. She had a lizard on her shoulder. You were last man standing. You put out the fire pit at 4:45 a.m. and went and ate your burrito that I saved in my car, and then napped for 3 hours before you drove home. Last man standing. That's impressive, Fab Daddy. That's impressive. Ate your burrito that you saved in your car. Excellent. Excellent dessert. Shrooms will keep a body up and awake for a while. Okay. I haven't had much experience with shrooms. By that, yeah, I get that impression, Kristen. I get that impression. Very hardcore. Very hardcore. Yeah, I mean, what's going on with the refund? What's going on with the refund? They're like, "Just be patient." I'm like, "It's been 3 days. It's been 3 days." So, I would like to know more. And they said, "Well, you should just be patient." So, being patient is what I'm doing, and hopefully everything will come out in the wash. Hopefully everything will come out in the wash. Amazon hasn't usually given me trouble. Hey, come here. Ryan is busy talking. Usually, Kristen, they're so good. Usually it's instantaneous. Am I being a Karen a little bit? I probably being a Karen a little bit, but I didn't want it to get out of hand. I didn't want to get out of hand. Fab Daddy, enjoy changing the starter. 2 and 5. Yes, indeed. You have a great day too. Hopefully with no knuckles bleeding. We want no knuckles bleeding. Yes, I grant I'm a little impatient. I'm a little impatient. Kristen, you're hilarious. Hang with Fab once every other year. I think that's about what my endurance could take as well, once every other year. That's about what my endurance could take. Sounds like an excellent party. It's nice to hear about people having fun like that. I That's nice to hear about. I don't have much of that going on in my life right now. Parties like that are a thing of the past for me. Um, but boy, it sounds like fun. Sounds like a lot of fun. I am not a fount of conversation today, y'all. Let's see if we can come up with something. Yeah, later, Fab Daddy. So today, I think I need to start getting ready for Thanksgiving. It is November, you all. So listen to me. That Minnesota's coming through. You all, y'all. So I need to start. I think I'm going to start with getting the pies started. I can pre-make and freeze the pie crust dough, and I can pre-make and freeze the pumpkin mix sans custard. Cricket. Cricket is making an amazing offer, y'all. Cricket is making an amazing offer. Name one plant and one animal, and he'll make a picture. So I got to start making the pies. Make up the dough. The hummingbirds are coming after the hummingbird feeder, and I haven't cleaned it and filled it, and they need food all winter long. So I need to get on the hummingbird issue. I have lesson planning to do, and this time I have lesson planning to do. The theme is holidays, and what they really want to learn about is Thanksgiving. And so I've got to find a balanced and ethical way to speak about Thanksgiving. But I also, Thanksgiving is for my own personal reasons. Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday, right? What is you guys? We talked about this, what people's favorite holidays were. And Thanksgiving is really one of mine. You guys aren't taking Cricket up on their idea. The exquisite corpse. I have not heard. I think I've heard. I'm not sure, Cricket. Tell me more. Tell me more. I would love to hear more. Exquisite corpse. Okay. Hold on. Oh. Interesting. Okay. It's a method by which a collection of words or images is collectively assembled. Let's show this, y'all. You love Thanksgiving the most, too? Excuse me for a moment, y'all. What is your deal? What is your deal? Hey! Hey! What the heck? Did he scare you? Oh, there's somebody at the door. Yes, there is somebody at the door. Hey, it's okay. No, you don't need to see. No. Calm down. Thank you. Calm down. Excuse me, y'all. Yes, everything's going to be okay. Come here. Come here. Uh-uh. Come on. Come here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yes. There we go. There we go. Orion kill. Apparently, Kristen. Apparently. So, sorry, guys. Okay, so we were going to look at the exquisite corpse. I am all over the place today, y'all. Exquisite corpse. The adjective. So, the exquisite corpse from the original term, French term. I'm not going to try the French there. Is a method by which a collection of words or images is collectively assembled. Each collaborator adds to the composition in sequence, either by following a rule or being allowed to see only what the previous person contributed. So, Cricket is offering to make an exquisite corpse. Sick balls chop up. Orion. No. No. Come here. Lay down. Come here. Lay down. Thank you. Stand by me. Yes. That's the movie it's from. I was trying to catch up that it was actually. Are you going to chill? Oh my goodness. He is working up. Okay, guys, so you need to give Cricket one plant and one animal. I give a bird of paradise and a flamingo. Cricket. A bird of paradise and a flamingo. Yes, I know it's probably trite. It's just where my mind went. What does everybody else have? One plant and one animal. Anybody else have one? Cricket will make a picture. We can see it. This sounds like fun. Exquisite corpse. No, a bird of paradise is a plant. Bird of paradise is a plant. Ooh, a cactus. And a beaver. Ah, that's excellent, Kristen. I like that. Anybody else? Kristen, let me show you a bird of paradise. Okay, found it. It is also a bird. It is also a bird. I didn't realize that, Cricket. Strelitzia. So this is the one I mean. Strelitzia. Native to South Africa. So that's the one, Strelitzia, if that helps at all. I like Impressionism and Art Nouveau. Good afternoon, Brian. How are you doing? It is good to see you. It is good to see you. Cricket is offering to make us a picture using AI akin to an exquisite corpse. So we are supposed to name an animal and a plant. You'll specify that you want the plant, not the bird. I know it'll do what it wants. Jen! Oh my goodness gracious, Jen. It is so good to see you. I am glad, Brian. I am glad you're doing better. Jen, name an animal and a plant. Puff, puff. Indeed, Jen. You know what we're doing. Okay, Brian. See you in a minute. Well, we need Jen to name a plant and an animal. Since she showed up, it's important that she be included. Jen, you showed up just before the first Minnesota goodbye. We are making an art piece at the moment, Jen. Everybody is contributing an animal and a plant, a cat and a sunflower. Perfect. Thank you, Jen. Look at that. Shall we do it again? There we go. Ah. Okay, now I can take my thumbs down. Sunflower is a weed No, it's a plant. Cricket, wait, one more. We need from Brian since he's here. Brian, I need a plant and an animal. A fancy Carrie. Yeah, a little bit, Jen. I need a plant and an animal, Brian. You're the poet. You need to be included in this art piece. Cat, sunflower. I like sunflowers. I don't think they're weeds. They're not weeds when you drive through the fields of them growing for the sunflower production people. Those aren't weeds. The food bowl is an important thing to bark over. A beaver and a cactus. Dog and marijuana. Well, we had to get that in there somewhere, didn't we, Brian? Let's see if the AI will give it. Every time I've tried to get marijuana into the AI, it has spit back at me that it will not. It will not when I call it marijuana. It will not when I call it cannabis. It will not. It has rules against that sort of thing, apparently. Yeah, weeds are plants. Weeds are just plants that nobody wants. Any plant can be a weed if you don't want it. So, but maybe cricket has magic. I expect cricket has magic that I don't have with the AI. Thought we were playing it was Who Wanted to Be a Millionaire game? Wacky weed? I haven't tried that, Brian. I haven't tried that. Weeds are just varieties of plants you don't want. That is all weeds are. I didn't even notice it I didn't even notice it. Look at me not even paying attention to the picture. I looked at it. How did I not notice that? Because I'm not very observant, probably. How did I miss that, Cricket? Um, oh, Cricket, I just opened your email from this morning. I, you have magic, Cricket. You have magic, Cricket. Big Chief has been in here, Jen Wow. He was in here earlier today. It's past the first Minnesota goodbye, y'all. To your favorite things in the world, weed and dogs. I'm with you, but I'm with you there, Brian. I'm with you there. Big Chief has been in here. He was in here earlier today for a little while. Fab Daddy's been in here. We've had we've had more than a couple of people in here. It has been a fun morning, Jen, and it is so good to see you. How have you been? So, Cricket, sometimes he kept popping into every chat you were in the other day. That's funny, Jen. That's funny when that happens. Cricket, you guys, how we have to explain Minnesota goodbyes all the time. So Cricket sent me a visual that he made to explain Minnesota goodbyes. Check it out. Check it out, y'all. Is that not the best? You say your first Minnesota, you say goodbye while you're sitting at the table, and then you get up and you're standing at the door and you stand there for 15 minutes. And then you say goodbye again, and then you stand on the porch for 15 minutes. And then you say goodbye again, and then you stand by the car for 15 minutes. It's perfect. It's just perfect. I love it, Cricket. You've been waiting on Wendy? I haven't seen Wendy today, but Wendy doesn't often come in my chat, so that wouldn't raise any alarm flags for me. Isn't that lovely, you guys? So when we get the inevitable question for the third Minnesota goodbye, what's the third Minnesota goodbye? People can understand. That's what the Minnesota goodbye is right there. Mandy, how are you? It's good to see you. We've got such a nice variety. How is Percy, right? How's Percy doing? Okay. Well, that's why Jen is hanging out here for the pregame waiting for Wendy. You streamed in costume yesterday? Oh, Mandy, that's so fun. I totally missed it. I will have to go back and watch it. That's so cool. Now Phil is barking. Dogs, right? You can't live with them, you can't live without them. Hilarious. He's stable right now. That's good. You asked it to use the American regionalist style, which is why it looks so old-timey. That works. Mandy, I'm sorry. I had classes yesterday, and then I went shopping last week at the mall, and Macy's was having a really nice sale, and I needed a new pair of black pants, and so I found this really lovely pair of black pants, and um nice pair of black pants, and I bought them. Oh, Nora was live at the same time. There were a lot of people live yesterday afternoon. I was busy doing lesson planning, and so I couldn't listen to anything. But I did notice a lot of people going live. I will definitely go back and watch, though, Mandy, on the replay. Yes, I am working on that too, Mandy, and transitioning to more than just Scientology people. And it is happening. I've got a few more. The algorithm seems to be showing my stream to more people outside Scientology. We've had some people come through that are new to the community, or not part of the community, and that's nice to see. Okay, Cricket, I can't wait to see them. Are they in my inbox? Let me close this. I forgot it was still open. And here they are. Excellent. Okay. 3, Cricket. I have 3. People seem to like your study stuff. I like your study stuff. I like your study streams. I think my study streams have been uber successful, Mandy. So I highly recommend you keep doing the study streams. My study streams were uber amazingly beyond my dreams successful. I was like, I don't get this, you guys, but people loved it. And so keep doing it. Editing photos on stream, that's great. That's great. Okay, y'all, let's look at these pictures. They are excellent. So here's the first one. There's the first one. I love the extras that it's inserted. So that's the first one. You found me on a study stream? Exactly, Cricket. Exactly. I am not. I think I am, Mandy. I think I'm in that Discord. Brian, this is the first of 3 photos that Cricket sent me that the AI created, that we made together. I can make the thumbnail that we make together be I can make the art that we make together be the thumbnail for this video forevermore. So here's the first one. You guys just have to pick if you like 1, 2, or 3. So that's 1. Here's 2. I like how it made the bird of paradise like a flamingo-like bird. It's funny. This is number 2. You wondering if which people want to change it up, Mandy? You mean in the Discord? Well, I'm not on the SPTV site anymore, so I wouldn't necessarily have a problem with that, Mandy. Make it a broader based kind of thing. Brian, that is excellent. I was hoping that is coming along. You guys, if you haven't seen Brian's fundraiser or Mandy's, because Mandy is also doing a fundraiser for Percy's Care. Brian is doing a fundraiser for getting a new car. So both of them need our support. The sunflower is bigger in 2. Yes, but there are 2 sunflowers in number 1, Jen. There are 2 sunflowers in number 1. You think the Asian characters are not good? I think the AI included them. I'm not sure what they might mean. I think it's part of the art form. But I don't know enough to know whether it would be a problem or not. So that's number 2. This is number 3. I will show number 1 again, Jen. They mean nothing. I'm sure they mean nothing. Okay, I'm glad they mean nothing. I wasn't sure they mean nothing. This is number 3. Yeah, Jen, they took me off it a while ago, hon. And then 2 weeks ago, there was drama. Brian likes number 2. Well, that's not what I mean, Kristen. I mean, I get I like this one. So let's go through them again quickly. This is number 1. There's 2 sunflowers, Jen. See? Number 1. It's part of that style the AI uses, and it is terrible with spelling anything. Oh my goodness, really? I wonder why it's so bad at spelling things. That's interesting, Cricket. Number 1 is the best. Number 3 is too busy. I understand why Brian doesn't like number 1 much. It doesn't have a picture of cannabis or of a dog in it. So I can understand why Brian is not thrilled with number 1, y'all. Cricket, can we try a 4th time? There's always drama. You just have to. Ah. Asked it and try to understand the answer, but yes, I know, Cricket. I know, Brian. I'm I'm so sorry. I see people being torn apart and it's It's awful, and all I can hope is that, um all I can tell is it's just it's gotta be awful for people. I am yeah, I just stay in my lane as well. So number 1 doesn't have any marijuana or a dog. Number 2, we're not sure about the Asian characters, and it doesn't have a dog. And number 3, we don't like because we think it's too busy. So let's hope that number 4 is the charm. Try one more time. I am sorry. I am sorry that people are lying about you and your friends, Mandy. And I am sorry that people have taken down their channels and left. That is that is not supportive and not helpful. Um, the division in the community is something that I really am not liking to see. And unfortunately, the only way that I can see to engage with that is to not engage in division. That's my way of doing it. Um, that doesn't mean I don't tell people that I disagree with them. Yes, we are just playing though, Mandy. The flamingo's neck, yes. We know it's AI, so it's not going to be realistic. There are just too many that are not healed enough or adult enough to deal compassionately. I see too much trauma bouncing off of other trauma, and it just keeps creating explosion and sometimes nuclear level explosions with people's emotions. And that's unfortunate. Yep, that is. Kristen, do you really enjoy it? I mean, you hang here, so you like it here. I mean, I suppose you could like both. I know, Mandy. I know it's hard. Those things stick out to me too. They're like, but that's not right, and that's not right, and this one's weird. And did you see this one I love? I love this one. The neck of the bird of paradise. That's that's a bird of paradise plant attached to a flamingo body with only one leg. You hang here because you haven't gotten blocked yet. You find joy in people being so easily butthurt. Interesting, Kristen. Well, you haven't done anything to get blocked, Kristen. I think that yeah, it's not fun dealing with it. It's heartbreaking. And I haven't slept well because of it. It's tearing up people's health. It's not fun. So if you enjoy watching people hurt, I think that what I hear Kristen saying, and I could be wrong, he was once devastated by some online emotional stuff, and as I grew old, you're over it, and seeing everyone go through it the same stuff I did. That's interesting, Kristen. I think everybody deals with it. I think everybody deals with it differently. So I can understand people being hurt at you admitting something like that. It isn't fun to watch when people aren't okay. It's fun for you to watch as it's rarely that important. Yes. I think both of you have been deeply affected by online hate, and that Kristen has it more in her past than you do, Mandy. And so coping mechanisms are different. Kristen, we're not going to argue. We're not going to argue over trauma levels. We're not going to argue over trauma levels, sweetie. I love you, but we can't argue over whose trauma is worse. Which isn't to say that dying isn't worse, but people are literally in emotional danger. I will do mom face. These are real people. And I'm not okay with people bullying people at all. That kind of behavior. Are we having people swear in the chat? Okay, Kristen. We all need to treat people humanely. That's the line here. Whether it's here or whether it's children starving, we have to start treating people humanely. And I will hold that line regardless of who's hurting, because hurting is hurting. And if you guys want to challenge that line with me, I won't have it in here. And I know none of you all are intending to do that, but I want to make the lines really clear. People are not to be mistreated, and we don't go along with that treatment. I understand that some people live well because others do not, but I don't believe that that doesn't mean that everybody can live well. And I don't believe It's not the people who are struggling to get by and are living better than people in other countries that are the problem. It is the people with all the money and all the power that is the problem. That is all the politics I want to get into today. Kristen, I can expect that some people can deal with that. I expect other people don't want it. I hope that she laughs all the way to the bank, but I couldn't live like that, Kristen. I really couldn't. I am sorry, Mandy. I am sorry, Jen. Jen, hun, hugs and hugs. Mandy, this got dark all of a sudden, y'all. The reality is, it has been a difficult month, and it is not going to get easier over the next few days. I truly believe that this election has got people all over the country worked up with anxiety and fear. Sometimes you can't go after them. I agree, Mandy. I agree. So I think we need to take a breath, take a breath, and just, you shouldn't have to blow back on a bully. It shouldn't be happening in the first place. Yes. Yes. We have blown past the second Minnesota goodbye, y'all. I already voted as well, Mandy. I dropped my ballots in the mail. My husband and I dropped our ballots in the mail yesterday. Not that our vote particularly matters in the greater scheme of things. EMDR works wonders. Kristen, we could point at several of them. I mean, one of them is the one that came into my chat last 2 weeks ago. You watched the one of the bullies come into my chat, Kristen. Um, Kristen, I think there's degrees of problematic is what I would say to that. Degrees of problematic. Degrees of bad. And They are degrees of bad that I don't want to do. They were funny. They were funny, but they've caused a lot of harm. They've caused a lot of harm. And they don't necessarily bug me, but they bug other people. And I understand, Kristen, that I understand your response to the level of trauma that is going on. I do. I know. I know, Mandy. I know. I know it's hard. I know. I know that I am only a little bit behind the scenes. Um, but people talk to me. I see and I hear things. I am not completely and utterly clueless. Cozy streams on your channel, Mandy, are an excellent, excellent response. Cozy streams are an excellent response, my dear. And here we are at the fourth Minnesota goodbye. Cricket, what did I miss with name calling? I try to have a good head on my shoulders. Sometimes it's just trying to paddle for shore, trying to keep my wits about me. Thanks, Mandy. I'm glad you see that as a pro. We are about at the fourth Minnesota as a what did I mean? As a pro, as a good thing. Um third Minnesota goodbye, y'all. Ah, fluffy furry person did have weak name calling. And I one episode of that was disruptive. But multiple episodes of that. Hey, Keith, welcome. You win the award. Did you know we had an award on my channel? It's the award for the first person to show up after the third Minnesota goodbye. So you are it. I think she was just repeating the comments that Cricket made to show that they were inappropriate. Let's move past this at the moment and deal with Keith wins. And Keith wins a doozy, y'all. Do you understand Minnesota goodbyes, Keith? So we have a new visual to explain the Minnesota goodbye. It is this. So you have a Minnesota goodbye. Janet, how are you? You are the second person to show up after the third Minnesota goodbye, Janet. Keith won today. Here is our new demo for what a Minnesota goodbye is. So you have your first Minnesota goodbye while you're sitting at the table, and you talk there for about 15 minutes, and then you get up and you walk to the door, and you talk at the door for about 15 minutes, and then you say goodbye again on the front porch, and you stand there chatting for about 15 minutes. And then you go to the car and you stand there talking for about 15 minutes. We may need a runner-up prize. So that explains the fourth Minnesota goodbyes. And then we have I'll find it while I have dead air. Here it is. We have an image for the third Minnesota goodbye. And the person who is the third Minnesota goodbye awardee gets the art. So that is you, Keith. Let us show it. Here it is. Look at that. It's Orion and Scotch. And Keith, if you shoot an email to Cricket, Cricket will send you the picture. It's yours. It's Orion and Scotch in a hot air balloon over the cannabis fields. Isn't that lovely? I think it's just lovely. So, Cricket sent the rest of the art for the exquisite corpse we were doing, and I want to show it to y'all if I can find my screen. Okay, let's try one more time with the art. Third Minnesota Goodbye Trophy, indeed. Hopefully Brian is still here. So this is number 1, y'all. That's number 1. Jen's sunflower is there. That's number 1. There's number 2. You like number 1, Brian? Good. Okay. There's number 2. And number 3. Yeah, they're kind of fun, aren't they, Mandy? Number 3, y'all. We had Orion in one of them. Okay, 1. One or 2, y'all. 1 or 2. I think I like 1 better than 2, but I'm not sure. The award, Brian, that was the 3rd Minnesota Goodbye Award. That wasn't that was for Keith. He won the 3rd Minnesota Goodbye. Keith won the 3rd Minnesota Goodbye. That was for Keith. These are the new arts. These 3 are the new arts that Cricket sent. I know they happened at the same time. The one with the award was that was the 3rd Minnesota Goodbye one. So this is 1. And that's 2. Right, guys? I think I like 1 better. This one? There it is. There is the artwork. Hey, Fab Daddy. Hi, Lori. No knuckles bleeding, waiting on a friend to bring some tools. There is always one bolt that is bigger. You could just buy that set, Daddy. Buy that socket set. Big on making chimeras if you mention a lot of critters. Oh, got it. Isn't the artwork great, Lori? We made an artwork together. So we all named an animal and a plant, and Cricket put it into the AI, and we made an artwork. So that artwork is going to be the thumbnail for today's show. All y'all are showing up today after the 3rd Minnesota Goodbye. We need all the 3rd Minnesota Goodbye awards today. Shocking. Shocking. Keith. Thank you, Keith. That is really kind of you. Wow. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And welcome to all the new members. Yeah. And it's fun in Restream. You can see all the new members. If I'm in StreamYard, it doesn't show me who becomes the members. So it's lovely to see all the new members. Thank you, Keith. Thank you so much. So this will become the artwork for the thumbnail for today, and it will remain that thumbnail forevermore. What have you guys got planned for this coming week? I have to say that on Tuesday, I will not be having a members only Zoom call. So if you were going to be on the members only Zoom call on Tuesday, it is not happening. I will be watching the election. Liz Gale is watching. Everyone look busy. Yeah, I'm not sure if all those people are watching. That would be an awful lot of lurkers. That would mean half our room is lurkers. So it must have picked up people who aren't even watching. Wednesday night, we will have Wheel of Carrie. Yeah, StreamYard decided they wanted to charge me twice as much money for doing not twice as much more. Really a lot of money. So, I went to a free Restream option. I went to a free Restream option and or a free StreamYard option and went back to just I stream sometimes on Restream and I stream sometimes on StreamYard and I stream um sometimes on YouTube. You're going to hide for the next week and hopefully the mess will settle quickly. Interface problems with StreamYard. That's unfortunate, Brian. Hopefully Restream will work for you. I cannot figure Prism out for the life of me. Fuzzy! Fuzzy, how are you? And more importantly, how's your mom? Lori, you woke up to snow? I have it is November 2nd, honey. It is November 2nd. It's nice to see you, Fuzzy. I sincerely pray that everything is well. I know she said the S word. It's terrible, but it is, guys, hate to tell you. What kind of an alert, Jen? Jen, did you see the art we finally picked? I know, I'm sorry I can't help. Here's the art we finally picked, Jen. There it is right there. You use Prism for lives and StreamYard for panels. Okay. I cannot figure Prism out, Keith. I don't know what I'm missing. I can't get it to recognize. No, I can stream with it. I can't figure out how to share screens with it, if that's what I remember. Oh, you got an alert that Fuzzy was here. Jen, you're hilarious. You're hilarious. I'm glad you came back. I wanted you to see the picture we chose to be the thumbnail art for today. So, guys, Fuzzy snuck in just under the wire. Oh, nurses are saints, Fuzzy. Nurses are saints. And mental health walks are important. This is a difficult time for everyone, let alone what you're dealing with right now, Fuzzy. I don't know if I announced it earlier, y'all. I didn't announce it when it happened earlier because we were involved in a difficult conversation. But soda's been laying on my desk here for the last 45 minutes. And I thought for the last minute or two, y'all might want to see Soda Cat. So let me see. There he is. See? He's been sitting right there. Right there. No, come on. Come here. Come here, Soda Buddy. Come here. Everybody wants to see you, beauty miss. Everybody wants to see you. Yeah. Look at you. Hmm? Yes. Does that feel good? Yes. Yes, that feels good. Oh, you've seen it and you picked number one? Okay. He's happy now. He's getting his neck scratched. He getting his neck scratched. And now he'll be done. Oh my goodness, right in my face. That's what I get. That's what I get. And with that, y'all, he's right back here in front of. He is a giant. You guys, let me show you just how much of a giant he is. Hold on just a moment. Let me show you. Can I? No, I can't show you. It was a nice idea. Oh, I guess you get to see. There he is in all his glory, but it's not a great view. We're back to me. Okay, guys. Soda doesn't seem to like that. Exactly. Okay, guys. Thank you for coming in. Thanks for stopping by. Sorry I was a little all over the place today. I guess that's what bacon baking hour is for, anyhow. I will see all of y'all later.